Coming to you from the lovely campus of LaGrange College, this is Panther Talk, your weekly dose of world news, trivia, and campus updates. I'm Aria, and here with me today I have Will.
Hello, Aria.
Hello.
So exciting to be here
I know.
on camera for the first time.
This is very, very exciting. Yeah, it's great. It's glorious.
We have updated the technology.
We have. Hi.
We have a table now.
This
is incredible.
Camera, tiny microphones. Yes, but this is very, very exciting. I feel like I'm a news anchor or something.
Yeah,
like
it's different.
Coming to you from the lovely campus. Anyway, so just some, little things we can talk about real quick before we bring on our guest. This is our final episode of the semester,
It's the
of the
last
season.
one, which is sad, but
It's
also
sad, but also very exciting.
we've had a great season.
We have.
And
We
we're
truly
rounding it
have.
out really strong with the president of the college.
With President Baxter,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, so this is our last episode, and I'm really excited because it's our last episode that you get to see our lovely faces.
I know.
Hello. But yeah, so we'll be, I guess, probably sometime in January will be when season 3 starts. So very exciting. We'll have a whole new load of guests, a whole new everything.
So watch your Spotify for that.
Watch your Spotify, and you know what? What am I going to say?
Check your email.
Check your email. That's the trademark of this season of Panther Talk.
Season 2 is the check your email season.
Yeah. So some other college news. There's a disco coming up. A disco.
A disco?
Yes. I think it's on our other page back here. Yeah. So Given Groove is a disco-themed school dance that raises money for Our Daily Bread, which is a organization that the Servant Scholar program put together. I'm not sure how long ago, but it's been around and it's stuck around, and it's been a really great asset to the LaGrange community. So it raises money for that, which is very, very exciting.
And when is that?
It is on Saturday, December 2nd at 8 p.m. So
Sweet.
not too long after, I think it's the Saturday after we come back from Thanksgiving break.
Sweet.
So yeah, and we'll talk more about that later.
Very exciting.
Yes. I personally think that this is a great way to mosey along into our fabulous interview with the fabulous and amazing President, Dr. Susanna Baxter.
Let's bring in Dr. Baxter.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Panther Talk again.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me back for the second season.
It is incredible to have you here.
It is.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
I must say, your glasses are amazing.
They are from an Aria original.
Wow. Man.
And they could sell.
Who's that girl?
I know.
I didn't even know she went to school here.
She has really good taste.
I'm feeling a little left out. I'm going to be honest with you.
If you know the right people,
Right.
you too
I'll
can
have
get
to
an
talk
Aria
to
original.
That person, Aria, that I've never met before.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
She doesn't even go here. So yeah, you know the drill. We just have a few questions for you. We'll play a fun trivia game. Struggle with my words there.
Yes.
So yeah, our first question for you is, how did you come to be a president?
A long time of working in higher education. So it wasn't something that I initially thought I could see myself doing. I didn't allow myself to dream that big, quite frankly. And I found myself, though, working as a dean of students, and then from there went on to association work. So there's associations of colleges, of private colleges in most states, not in all states, but particularly in the Southeast where there's more private colleges. And I found myself working in those associations and thought, well, this is a pretty good life and I like this. I got to know a lot of different institutions and what they were doing and what made them successful or what wasn't successful for them. And I think when something fails at an institution, you learn a lot in failure. And so I appreciated all those life lessons. And then just over time had a number of presidents say to me, you could do this job. And started thinking about it, and then spent, a number of years pursuing it. And I had a number of interviews that went nowhere through the process, and just hung in there and kept improving myself and broadening my experiences. And lo and behold, I got the job at LaGrange College.
Yes.
That's
We need to
awesome.
insert like a round of applause noise here.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So on the topic of LaGrange College, why LaGrange?
Well, why not? I mean, to me, LaGrange was by far the best fit of any of the places I had applied, to be honest. I knew that I wanted to be at a faith-based institution. I am a lifelong United Methodist. I'll die United Methodist.
Yes.
And so for me, that United Methodist connection was yet another point that I identified with. In addition to that, the location was ideal. I liked the small town vibe that LaGrange has, but then you're close to other things that you might want to go. My family is big time into sports, so being able to go to a Falcons game or Atlanta United or a Braves game, those things are important to us, or to a cultural event, right, in Atlanta. That's not offered here, because there's a lot of art stuff that is offered here in LaGrange. So for me, that small United Methodist fit, the location, the liberal arts, I was sold.
Oh, that's just so beautiful. Well, we love you. And we love having
We love you too.
we love having you here. It's been
I love that LaGrange is a small town, but we do have many arts opportunities. There's the art museum downtown. There's the LaGrange Symphonic Orchestra, which
A paid symphony.
Right.
Yes.
I've never heard of a town this small having a symphonic orchestra. The LSPA downtown that has the Lafayette Dance Studio and
The art galleries,
Yes.
just everything we
It's
have. It's really an
incredible.
impressive offering.
Yeah.
It's
Just love
great.
LaGrange.
So, what do you hope to accomplish long term here?
That's an excellent question. We, as an institution, we are in year 2 of a strategic plan. I'd like to see that strategic plan fully implemented across campus. I'd like, having come in the context of my presidency, for those that weren't around, I came in July of 2020 when we were wearing masks and shut down. It was a great entrance. So what I'd love to do is see this place rebound back. Right. So long term, to have been a part of the story, not a central figure in the story, but a part of the story that got us where we're looking way back in the rearview mirror at COVID and going, oh, look at what we did. So that means an institution that's innovative, that's offering and responding to the community around us and what's needed, right, in the various areas. I'd like to see this institution 1,000+ students.
Yes.
Right, an undergrad. I'd like to see
Yes.
more in graduate. Those are the types of things that I spend my time thinking about and working toward.
Yes.
I feel like we were seeing the beginning of that plan play out.
Yes.
Specifically with pep band starting back up.
Yes.
Because, I feel like the marching band is something that we're missing out on, and the pep band is a step in that direction. You get a pep band started, and it grows until you have enough students to have a marching band again.
That's right.
Little
That's
pep
right.
band. I love it. I love the pep band.
I love that the cheerleaders will be at the basketball games too.
Yeah.
Because there can be some stuff with the pep band and the cheerleaders
Yes.
that would work
That'd
out
be
well.
awesome.
Yes, I am very, very excited about basketball cheer. I'm ready to start at games. I almost hit the table there. That would have been really bad.
A loud thud.
A loud thud. I'm very, very excited to be a part of that. So I know in the last season, we talked about the plans for Henry Hall. Henry Hall is now gone. I like to call it the Henry Hill, because
Yes.
it's a nice little hill.
A number of people call it that. We've kind of adopted that. Henry Hill.
Yes, work. So,
Did you coin that term, Aria? Is that an Aria original too?
Well, several people have said it. I
Yeah.
don't know if we
Okay.
can credit Aria with
Okay.
it, but it may be. But several
Yeah.
people have called it Henry Hill.
yeah.
Okay.
I just started saying it one day and was like, that's cute.
It's got a ring to it.
The alliteration's nice.
Yeah. And it sounds just like Henry Hall, but just
Henry
one letter
Hill.
off.
But there you go.
So true. So what is our next steps, residence hall wise, for the college?
So the board at homecoming, the board met, and the board has authorized the formation of a $3.5 million campaign. This campaign is focused on renovations of Hawks, Pits, and Boat Ride. Now, it
Wow.
won't be the type of renovation where you gut the building completely.
Right.
There's some things in the building that are fine. They just need paint or
Right.
updating, right? So we are I'm working on raising that money. So if you notice my car's gone more than usual, it's because I'm out on the road and we're making asks to get to that 3.5 million. It'll take us several years. We hope to start in the new year with the money that we have already raised to be able to start on some smaller projects within
Yeah.
Pits because it's empty. We will not do construction work in a residence hall with students there.
Right.
So rest assured, you're not going to be waking up by banging. But we hope to be right ready as soon as the last resident moves out this summer. We can. All three will not be done this summer,
Right.
but there may be components of something. There's electrical work. The women who live in Hawks know that there's electrical
Yes.
work that needs to be done, right? So we may be in a situation where we can do at least the electrical work. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because we will work with people far smarter than me on lining up what the construction process needs to be and
Right.
what makes sense in those renovations. Having the scan card system added to Pits and Hawks, for example,
That's
so
glorious.
that those residence halls don't rely on keys anymore for external entrance, right? You'll
Right.
still have it to your room. So we're working on those types of things. So that's priority one of the board is let's take care of those 3 residence halls. I believe the last residence hall update, little things get other things get replaced and fixed, but a wholesale, what we would call renovation, was not done, I think, since 1991. That was the most recent renovation. And I don't know what year y'all were born in, but I'm guessing that is a little bit before
Yes.
your time.
Yeah, maybe just a
So-
little bit.
So we're eager to update those residence halls. The next thing that we want to do is to build townhomes. So we do not want to build back a large residence hall like Henry. We don't
Right.
think that's what we understand you as students want. And, let us know if we're wrong. But what we'd like to do is put up very smart, slow strategic growth in these townhomes and duplex type arrangements. So if you are in the parking lot where the Gully Gateway Bridge is that crosses Vernon, where the Hudson Lab Science Building, right? If you drive out the road that gets you, I think it's to Pine and then to Panther, right? So kind of the back side of the parking lot. If you drive that way and you slow down, there's flat grass, you will see some stakes in the ground. So that's some of the work that's been done to identify the site where we could put some townhomes. They would be 2 stories, 4 students per unit, 6 units per 6 individual apartment units, right? Per 6, the section of 6, right? I'm losing my words. Aria, it's catching, but sorry, gosh. But we will have 3 units of that, and then on the other side, and this is not marked out, there are trees right now, and some of them are specimen trees. And specimen trees is a fancy way of saying trees we don't want to cut down. They're very special. They're large. They are a part. We want to continue that type of tree to live. We don't want to cut it down and end its life prematurely.
Right.
Okay. So over there, we envision growing duplexes. This would be single-story units that will be nestled within those specimen trees.
That's so cool.
Some of the duplexes will be smashed together, in which case you really call it a townhome, but it's 2 duplexes pushed together.
Right.
Okay. But they'll be single story. So what we're going to do is focus on this 3.5 million, and then we'll evaluate where we are, and we'd like to get a townhome out of the ground, right? And then start to grow more. We think it's ideal, and none of this is written in stone, but we think it's ideal for seniors. Particularly education majors, nursing major, theater, art majors who are on that side of campus anyway, and who can safely cross Gully Gateway Bridge to get to the hill and the cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
We also have plans for Manger. Manger, right next to Pitts, for the students who have never had a class in that building. It was the humanities building, and the the cooling and heating system in that building failed the summer of 2020. And at that point, we also decreased the number of students that we had
Right.
as a result of COVID and its impact on recruiting. We didn't need that building at that time, so we didn't invest the significant amount of money that would go to replace the HVAC system. You're talking, at the time, the quote was $800,000, right, in 2020. So we didn't invest that at that time because we didn't have to have the space at that time.
Right.
And then that opened up for a discussion when we went through our campus master plan process with the architects. What's the best use of that space? Do we really need it as classroom space? Or should it be something else? And so they came back and said, actually, we think in the utilization study we did of all the classrooms, what you need is more residence hall beds, right? Because Henry's coming down. You don't need more classroom space. So what we'd like to do is convert Manger into a residence hall. And this would be a unique residence hall offering. And the plan is to have 2 small single rooms with an adjoining bath. So they would be private bedrooms in Manger. And we think there's a real need for that. There may be 1 or 2 doubles because the corner rooms are a little bit larger, but most of the rooms would be singles, if not all of them. I don't know when that will come to fruition, right? We're just going to keep raising money. But that's the answer to the residence hall question. We're raising money. And we're working, and we'll see how much we can continue to raise, and we will invest every penny we get, right? And we'll see how far that takes us.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Baxter. Wow, that's very, 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 very exciting. I love that. Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you have anything?
I don't. I think we should do some trivia.
I think we should do some trivia
Wow,
too.
I can't wait.
Yes!
Yes.
Play to the camera. So your first trivia question. What was the first college to admit women? The silence is so loud right now.
Well, now that's kind of an it depends answer because Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia is the first institution that granted degrees to women in the world. They founded, and there's sort of some controversy between Wesleyan and LaGrange. We actually founded before them, but they granted the first degree.
Oh.
So we get the honor of 1831, and I think they're 1832 or something like that, but they granted the award. So this may be a traditionally male institution that then admitted women in your answer.
I think that's the case.
I think that is the case.
Because the answer that we have is Oberlin College. And it was
in
founded
Ohio.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful music program there.
Yes.
Founded in 1833, 2 years after LaGrange College. So I
Come on,
suppose
Kelsey.
that...
Fascinating, but I know that Wesleyan,
Yeah.
that is what they report that, and I believe them.
And
Go Wesleyan College.
Yes. Another United Methodist affiliated institution.
I did not know
Yes.
that.
I looked at their...
Makes sense
I
with
chose
the name,
LaGrange.
Wesleyan. All right. Second question for you. What is the oldest American college mascot?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, guys, you can't see the thought bubbles. And
I see the wheels
turning.
turning though.
So by oldest, we mean the longest one, not like the demon deacon that's really old.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Not like a
longest.
young dog versus an old dog.
Right. Yes.
I just had to be clear. And I have absolutely no clue.
Can I give you a hint?
Please,
Sure. So
make it a good one.
the Ivy League was the first sports conference
I didn't
for
know
American
I
universities.
don't even know what like Harvard or Yale, what their
You're right there.
You're right there.
I
You're
know,
right there.
but I don't know what their mascots are.
It's the Yale Bulldog.
The Yale Bulldog
Yes.
is the oldest.
Yes.
I wonder how many Yale Bulldogs they've had
Oh,
over the time.
they've had to have very,
A
very
lot of-
many since
lot.
1894.
Yes, it's 1890.
1894.
Yes, that's
The Harvard Bulldog. Yeah. See, I didn't go to an
130-year-old
Ivy.
dog. So
No. I should maybe know my Ivy trivia, but I don't. Okay, I learned something. The Harvard Bulldog.
I don't know what the mascot is for Harvard though. I think I would have been able to get Yale Bulldogs
Or
but
Yale Bulldogs.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Harvard.
Harvard. I have no
There's
idea.
a Google for the
Yeah.
question for that. Uh-huh.
Hey Siri. Okay, so our next question is, what is the smallest college in the United States?
May I ask another clarifying question?
Yes.
Land-wise?
No.
Student-wise.
Student-wise.
Student enrollment. These are very, very difficult trivia questions.
Okay, so when I was in Tennessee, we had a school in our membership, which is a mortuary science school, and they were very small. So I'm tempted to say something like that,
Okay.
which doesn't help you get a name, but I'm watching your faces. I appear not to be in the ballpark with a specialty school.
It is.
It can't be. It's
Yeah.
got to be some
It's like-
specialty.
It doesn't
I
say.
don't- It doesn't say on our answer here.
Do you know where it's located?
It is in California.
California, yay.
And it's not. It's an undergrad.
It is.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's not like a school of theology.
Nope.
I got nothing. I can only think of large schools like Stanford. and-
Yeah. I've never heard of this college before. Deep Springs College in California, and they have an enrollment of 30 students,
Admitting a maximum of 15 a year.
and they give full ride scholarships to all of their students.
Founded in 1917.
Okay, so yeah, there are some other schools that have even lower enrollment,
than
but
30.
they're struggling. It sounds like their model works at 30, which is
Yes.
really interesting to study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That would
very
be, would you
interesting.
like to go to a school that was 30?
No.
No, y'all are shaking your heads.
I like this size school.
I agree. I think less than or somewhere around 1,000, I think, is ideal, because you get a good faculty to student ratio, but you also have a chance to meet lots of students and participate in lots of different clubs. And it's hard to have a good theater program with 30 students. It's hard to have a.
I wonder if they even have one.
Well, you can be in it, but you don't get to be on the stage much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I learned something. Tell me the name of it again.
Deep Springs College.
Deep Springs.
Yes, I've never heard of
Not
it
very
either.
deep.
No. Yes.
That's, you know what, that
Shallow
name
Springs
sounds
College
like
should be
it
the
should
name.
be like down south.
Yeah, it does.
Deep Springs. Sounds good
like
with a southern accent.
Georgia.
I
It
do
does
say
sound
so
good.
myself.
Hot Springs. Okay.
Okay.
Next question for you.
I am doing so well. Let's try
Yes,
again.
you are.
These are the hardest trivia
But
questions
you can
we've
see
ever.
why faculty loved me when I was a student, because I
Yes.
had to ask all these clarifying questions.
Brilliant.
Yes.
What-
Stay curious.
Yes, that's a
Isn't that
good
one
phrase.
of the mottos of the college?
Yes.
Stay curious.
Look at me.
What is the largest university in the United States by enrollment?
I want to say Arizona State.
You got it.
Yes!
That's impressive.
There's around 100 or over 100,000 students.
That's a.
That is
I don't think I could do that.
too many students.
I wonder what proportion of those are online.
That's a good question.
So they probably have a large online. I think they do have an large online population.
I
But
would've
I don't know what
guessed-
percent is that.
I would have guessed Troy University, because I know they have a huge online presence as well.
Well, and Liberty University has a huge
Yes,
online
that's true.
presence, but Arizona State is, yeah.
Wow.
they're the one.
I knew that one. I did not get the lay an egg this
A
time.
round of
Good,
applause moment.
good. Do we have another one, or
Yes,
is that it?
one more.
One
One
more. Okay.
What is the largest American college by land size?
Berry College.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow. Well,
Do you know that story?
no.
No.
Okay, so I won't have this quite right. My apologies to my colleague Steve Briggs at Berry. But Berry was Ford Motor Company money helped found the institution, as I recall. And they created the school for one gender. And then when they decided to add another gender, they didn't want the genders to mix. And so they put the other campus a mile away from the other one.
Wow.
And they just they had a lot of land. And so it is the world's largest campus.
It is, according to our trivia sheet here, it's twice the land area of Manhattan.
It covers over
Wow.
27,000 acres.
That is
That's-
enormous.
I appreciate that context to Manhattan.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that really
is
makes you realize
huge.
that's a lot to mow.
Yes, yes, it is.
That is a lot to
Wow.
mow.
Don't think they mow it all. for sure.
Yeah.
They have a lot of woods too.
Yes.
While we're still rolling, I would just like to point out that President Baxter has an Instagram.
I do have an
do.
Instagram. And I post to it quite frequently.
do.
I even give away things
hello.
on my Instagram.
Pickles.
Pickles.
I'm working.
They look like really good pickles too.
They're so good.
They're fantastic pickles. They're my grandmother's. They're not mine. I mean, I make them, but
Right.
it's her
It's the
recipe. So
recipe
I get
from
no
your grandma.
credit. I just do what my granny did. And they're great. And I'm giving them away.
Yes.
Wow.
But you have to guess the right quantity. And so far,
The right number of pickles in the jar, is that
the right number of pints that I made this year.
Oh.
Okay, so both of my answers that I put have been incorrect.
Thus, I put take 2. Try again.
I commented on the take 2.
If at first you don't succeed,
Try
try
again.
again.
Amen.
You know, I actually had a question about your Instagram. How did that come to be?
Okay, well, on Instagram, that's a good question because I'm generally not on social media.
Right.
One of the relationships that we are pursuing is with an organization in India called High School Moms, and we're working with them. We have a LaGrange College admissions counselor that's in India who's working to bring students next year here from that country and in subsequent years because we're establishing our brand in India.
Right.
We don't have these glasses yet, Aria.
Okay,
But
I'll
we're
get on it.
establishing our brand. And part of the brand in that culture, the president is closely aligned with the brand of the school. Very different. You didn't choose the college because of the president. You chose the college and you get me, right, as a bonus. I hope it feels like a bonus.
Yes.
Yes.
The other piece in India, though, the decisions will be because they're sending their child a long way away,
Yeah.
and so one of the ways that they want the Indian high school students to get to know us is that I did like an Instagram live with them, but also in keeping an Instagram account where they can get to know my personality, get to know you all, what this place is like, what the types of things we offer. So I try to post different things. It's
Yeah.
It's never usually about pickles, but I decided that's a side of me that might be fun.
I love the
and so I
pickles.
It's
shared
wonderful.
that.
I love that.
So that's the genesis of my Instagram account.
I love that. I won't lie to you. I thought it was fake at first. Because I saw it pop up on my Instagram and like suggested for you, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, she's not doing
It's like,
that.
there's no way.
Yeah.
And then I clicked on it and I was scrolling and I was like, oh, that's my face.
Yes.
Yes.
The
yes.
picture of me
Yes.
at orientation when
Yes.
I met you and you knew my name, which
Yes.
was absolutely incredible.
Yes. So we, so I'm on Instagram. So follow me.
At LaGrange
And
College
you might
President.
get pickles or whatever the next thing is.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm having fun with it.
Pickles.
Love that.
Yes. And then, I got a little petty there for a minute. I was like, scrolling and then I saw that my mother was following you. And
Yes.
I said, now why is my mom following? And then I called her and I was like, so you're meaning to tell me that you followed the president of the college and didn't tell me that there was an Instagram?
Yes.
She was like, I wanted you to find it for yourself.
Your mom's hipper than you are. That's what
Yeah.
that means.
You know,
right?
she is. She really is. Hi, Mom. Well, anyway, it has been glorious to have you on the podcast today.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me today. And everybody have a great week.
Yes. Well, that was just a, glorious interview that we just
It's
had.
incredible.
So moving into some sports updates, I feel like, again, I'm a news anchor. So on December 1st, we have women's basketball versus Asbury at 7 p.m. And that is at home.
Go support your Panthers.
Go support your Panthers. And then on December 2nd, we have women's basketball versus,
Regent University.
Regent University at 12 p.m. and men's basketball at Pensacola Christian. So that's away at 5 p.m. So support your Panthers from Mariotti and from your cell phone.
Do they
Live
have
stream.
live stream?
I'm pretty sure they do.
I'll have to check that out.
And then on December 3rd, on December 3rd, there is men's basketball at 4 p.m. at Samford.
Against Samford University.
Samford.
That's a D1 college.
Hello, D1.
Wow.
And then on December 6th, there is women's and men's basketball versus women's and men's basketball versus Point at 5:30 and 7:30, and that is at home.
Those will be some good games.
Those will be some good games. So now we're moving into our interest group, CE credits.
Yes.
Check your emails, college events, updates. Take it, Will.
All right. So as we mentioned a little bit earlier, we have our disco, the Give and Groove, and that is going to go to support our daily bread. That is Saturday, December 2nd at 8 p.m., which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving break, as we said earlier. It's at the First United Methodist Church downtown.
Yeah, you can
Broad
walk
Street.
there.
Yes, and it is $5 for entry, or you can donate some supplies, some canned food.
Come on.
So-
This sounds very exciting. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out because y'all know me.
A great event.
Yes, I love to dance.
Yes, you do.
Specifically, I love to hit the gritty. You guys can't see this, but President Baxter's in there hitting the gritty. It is glorious.
Incredible.
Look, Kelton's back there.
Kelton's
let
trying
me
to
see.
see.
But yes, that is probably my favorite dance move. So yeah, everybody check out Give and Groove. I believe there's an Instagram for that as well that has all of the information about that.
I did
updates.
see that on Instagram. Yes,
I'm pretty
was
sure I
wondering
follow
what
them.
that was.
But yeah, so then another CE credit that we have is homelessness in LaGrange on Tuesday, November 28th. During contact hour from 11:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. So that's literally the Tuesday right after we get back from Thanksgiving break, and it's in the Bailey Room in Smith Hall.
And our last event we've got going on is the Graduate Fair on Thursday, November 30th. So that's the Thursday after we get back. And that's going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's in the Dixon Assembly Room. Where is the Dixon Assembly Room?
It is in Turner Hall. So if you are going to the grill for lunch or dinner, it's that giant room that you see. I think it says something like Mabry Student
Yes, it
Center.
has your last
because it
name
has
on
my
it.
last name on it. But yeah, it's that giant room right there. If you've been on campus for like orientation, preview days, anything like that, that's that same room. So yeah, and I think this is, kind of closing out our episode.
Yeah, I think that's everything we've got for y'all.
Our final episode of this season.
We're done for the semester.
I know, but we'll be back.
We
and
will be
better than
back
ever.
with season 3.
Season 3 coming to theaters near you. We should film, do a, what's that word?
A trailer?
No. Like a watch party
That's a
party.
great idea.
of Panther Talk. If we do another filmed episode, we should do a watch party. Like in Dixon or, I don't know, Price Theater. But yeah, so Panther Talk is written by Floyd, produced by Aria Mabry and Kelton Hunt. Audio engineering is by Maureen Goughnour. Audio editing by KeOnthany Seals. Audio mixing and mastering by Kelton Hunt. And music is by Jacob Broom. And a very, very, very special thank you to President Baxter for allowing us to interview her today. And that's our show. Thank you all so much for listening.
Goodbye for now, and have a good one, Panthers.
Bye, y'all.